I don't hear you. Can you hear me? I don't hear you. I can switch to my computer. Can you hear me? Um, Now we can hear you. I can hear it now.
And can you see me?
I can see you. Yes, I can.
Ah, yes. Okay.
The beauty of technology.
Okay, awesome. So I'm not too sure if you guys didn't hear me from the beginning. Were you able to hear me from the beginning?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. All right, guys. So today is all about first time home ownership. We will be talking to Jackson Robert, who is a loan consultant, and he is going to give you guys all of the good information that you guys need to know to become a first time homeowner, and also there's programs that can be able to help you guys. So even if you feel like you don't need this information, if you know someone else who wants to become a first-time homeowner, please share this information. Please go down to the bottom, share this information because this is something that they actually want to know. Okay, so we don't want no misinformation going around. So we want to listen to some really good information. So without further ado, we have Jackson Robert. And he is here and he's going to give us all of the goods. So, how are you doing today, Jackson?
Good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we apologize about um, the technical issues earlier. I done read a quote. I done did so much stuff. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about who you are?
Sure. So, my name's Jackson Robert. I'm a mortgage loan officer. I work with Loan Depot. My office is in Astoria, Queens. I grew up in Brooklyn. Went to school up in New Rochelle, Iona College. After I graduated, um, went from place to place for a little bit. I stumbled into the banking industry and became a mortgage loan officer. Uh, and I've been doing it ever since.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really awesome. So you've been working with Loan Depot your entire career?
No, I've been Loan Depot for the last 2 years. I've been doing mortgages since, my gosh, I'm gonna date myself now. Since '96.
96.
Yeah.
So you've seen a lot of things happen in the market.
Oh,
You've seen the market crash. You've seen,
ups, the downs, the
yeah,
sideways. It's
yeah,
just a cycle. It's a cycle.
right. So, like what we do here is we want to know a little bit. Why did you get into, banking?
Well, when I first started uh, mortgages back in '96, it was interesting, and it was. I grew up in a single family household, single parent household, I should say, and I remember when I was younger, my mom wanted to buy a home. She got divorced, had a little money, lost all the money, talked to attorneys, talked to mortgage people, and just could never get the information. It would seem like it was so complicated, for her back then. And she just threw up her hands and said, forget it, we're just going to rent, and when I had the opportunity, to come across a job like this, I said, you know what? it's a good opportunity. It's something that I can definitely make a difference in. And I just went in all 100% to help people. So
Yeah,
that they wouldn't have to go through what you know my mom did. There's so much information out there, um, but it's a lot of misinformation. You know, we carry cell phones nowadays. You know, growing up, my cell phone or my internet was the Encyclopedia Britannica.
yeah,
Back then, so you could just walk over, look up one of those, and thumb through it. Now we have our cell phones, and you have all this information, but there's still so much misinformation out there. So, you need to make sure that you get to talk to people, understand what they're trying to explain to you, ask a lot of questions, and make sure that whatever's being told to you is right for you. Not the same information is right for everyone.
that's
It's got
right.
to be tailored for each individual for your particular situation.
Yeah, that's true because people have different things going on, different lives,
Absolutely.
different careers, different, money that's coming in and children, all different type of factors and
Different stages of life. Yeah.
expenses.
Different stages of life.
Yeah,
So there's always going to be somewhat different course of action, for different individuals. So you want to make sure that when you're talking to someone, that they're telling that conversation towards your particular situation and what's best for you, and not what's best for them.
that's right. And you can do that by always going to a professional. So a professional can be able to give you this information. So before we get into, I want you to tell everyone about this first time home ownership program. I do want to say that even when we were, when we got our house, people kept asking us, like, how much money did you guys put down? And how much did you do this? And how much was your closing costs? And I'm like, well, it's different depending on who you are and what house you get and what's going on in the market at that time. So, and that's another thing when it comes to misinformation. So, okay, let's get to it. So, tell us a little bit more about this program.
Well, there's a couple of first time home buyer programs that's been out for a while. You have the Home Possible program, which is a great program for if you're looking to purchase a 1 to 4 family household. There's the Home Ready program, where you're looking to buy 1 to 4 family. That program allows individuals to purchase, and actually use household income from other individuals who participate in the paying of the household debt.
Mm,
So that's a program that came about because the institutions looked at, hey, the demographics, and say, hey, you know what, this is something that needs to be in the marketplace. So that's a program that most people don't necessarily know about. Then you have Achieving the Dream program, the low interest rate program, which are down payment assistance programs, where they'll provide you 3% of the purchase price, up to $15,000, a max of $15,000. Um, and those are income restriction, but they're different for the different areas. So if you're looking at buying the 5 boroughs, or if you're looking at buying Westchester, or if you're looking at buying Nassau, or Suffolk, or a different part of New York State, these are programs that are available for individuals that's out there. Now there is income restriction, but if you fall within those guidelines and meet the other criteria, it's something that you should be aware of, because sometimes what's holding people back is the down payment, or the closing costs. And this can be, not something that pays for all of it, but will assist in lowering the total cost of acquisition for the home.
mm. So, can you tell us a little bit about you said it was called the Home Possible, the first one
The
that you
Home Possible, yeah, the Home Possible is by Freddie Mac, and basically what that allows is a 5% down payment, whether you're looking to purchase a 1 to 4 family home, and that's an income restriction program also, and it's by area. So you would have to know, hey, where's the property located at, to see, do the individual fit within the income guidelines. The Home Ready is similar to that also. So these programs are available and have been available, but a lot of people don't necessarily know about them. And my thing is, the same way you go to a doctor for a mortgage checkup, I mean, for your regular checkup, you should be having a mortgage checkup. And some people say, well, I don't have a mortgage. Well, that's why you should be having a checkup. Are you ready to purchase? Are you ready to buy? What does it take to get to that position to buy? Take that one step so you can get one step closer. Maybe you're not ready today. Maybe you're not ready in 2 weeks. Maybe you're not ready in 3 months. Maybe you're not ready in 6 months. But if you're taking a step towards that goal, you will eventually reach that goal. But if you don't take that step, there's no opportunity to get to that. So have a conversation, have a consultation, have a mortgage checkup, see where you are, know what you need to do to get to the point so that you can purchase your home and become a home buyer.
Okay, so going back to the Home Possible, that
Mhm.
program there, where you said an individual or family can come into you and they can see if they qualify for this program that has income restriction. What exactly is the income restriction for that program?
So it's not necessarily income restrictions. Basically means that you can't make more than a certain amount.
And what's
So
that?
so it depends on the area. So you would have to
Mm,
look at the area and say, okay, the property is located here, and typically, the individual can make up to 80% of the area median income, and that's how it goes. So each area has an area median income, so they would have to fall within those guidelines. The more, I wouldn't say the more attractive, but the Achieving the Dream program. One of the reasons why that program has become more attractive is because this year they've increased the income on those properties. So the Achieving the Dream and the low interest rate program, which is through the state of New York, they've increased that for one to two person household and three people household, and those are down payment assistance programs. And you can purchase, one to four families with that also.
wow. So you can go from not being a homeowner at all to being a homeowner and also a landlord receiving
True.
income.
Right. Well, you have to, for all these programs, you have to take a counseling, home buyer counseling, so that you know what you're getting into and so forth. It's required, but it's like I said, you know, take that step to gain the knowledge, so that this way you can be on the path to home ownership to create generational wealth, right?
Right.
Because if not, then what ends up happening, you rent, right? And when you rent, there's one thing that you're guaranteeing, right? You're guaranteeing that your landlord could possibly increase your rent the next year, right? So why
Right.
not? If you live in New York, what you're paying in rent for the most part, you probably can, purchase something based on the rent. But what's holding individuals back? The down payment, right? Maybe credit. Find out where you're at today. Let's figure it out. Let's set a path in motion so you can get to the steps where you can be, so you can become a homeowner.
Okay, Jackson. So I'm from Far Rockaway. Well, I'm from Jamaica, Queens, from
Hmm.
Laurelton, but I'm from Far Rockaway because I grew up in Far Rockaway the longest. And now in Far Rockaway, they're renovating everything. So they have old homes that are maybe foreclosed or boarded up, and they need to be renovated for someone to live in. You have homes that were damaged basically during Sandy, and those homes are still haven't been fixed, but yet they are for sale. Is there a program that helps someone who wants to get into, maybe they see a house that needs to be actually renovated? Is there a program for that as well?
Yes, there is. There's actually a program if the house is a real estate owned, where it's vacated, it's vacant. No one's living in there. Where um, you can purchase the home, and you'll not only will you get the 3% of the purchase price up to a maximum of $15,000, but you can get up to an additional $20,000 to help renovate that property. Now, it
Wow.
may not it may not be the entire cost to renovate, but it's something to help the cost. And all these programs, you still have to go through the process of being able to, be qualified through credit, income, and so forth. But these are programs that assist. It's for first-time homebuyers, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, because there are a lot of vacant properties that are out there. People just don't know about. And a lot of times, those properties, if you try to do a traditional home purchase, you can't do it because that property has some issues with it. So you can't close on a regular loan. You need a renovation loan, because with a renovation loan, it doesn't necessarily matter how the property is. It's what it's going to be like after it closes, because
Mm.
it's going to be renovated. That's why it's a renovation loan. So it doesn't matter what the property looks like, it's what's going to be. Now, you still have to qualify and go through all the other guidelines, but those are great opportunities, if you can find those types of properties.
Wow. So, okay. So now when it comes to credit, sometimes when people begin to talk about credit, people get scared and nervous and they want to run and they want to off themselves. I know that's a little, that's a little direct, but
Right.
it's the truth. Um, People get really nervous. People won't come see you because they're just thinking credit and where they are right now in credit. So for someone who, or for a family who are not really in good standing with credit, what would be your advice? Should they still come to see you so that they can prepare and plan?
You always need to prepare and plan. You need to have a start. Think about it as, going to a destination, right? You're going on vacation, wherever you're going, you pack your stuff and whatever. You have to know where you're starting from and where you're going, right?
Mm.
If you don't know where you're starting from, you don't know how you're going to plan your destination. So if you have credit issues, you have to figure out, okay, where are you in that process, and where do you need to get to, so that you can get to the point where you're eligible for financing. Credit's always going to be an issue, right? And I don't think people should be afraid of it, right? Because all it is about past history. So you need to acknowledge, what what the credit is, and then figure out, okay, what do we need to do to get, overcome that, right? You don't let Just because there's a wall in front of you, you don't let that stop you. You either go over the wall, you go under the wall, you break through the wall. Don't let that thing hold you back to what your ultimate goal is.
Mm. I definitely agree with that. So can you tell us, um, how your clients, like, have you had a client that came in and probably never could see themselves becoming a homeowner, and then once they became a homeowner, the difference in their, their personalities, their temperament, and realizing that they actually achieved the dream that they really wanted?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the thing about, if you've rented, I've rented. I'm not a mortgage person. I rented for forever. But once you become a homeowner, you come to realize and say, think about this, everyone. Think about what you pay in rent for 1 month. Think of what you pay for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Think about what you paid for the last 5 years, right? It doesn't matter what you paid, it's still a lot, right? And that money's gone. It's not coming back, right? It's gone. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's not coming back. Becoming a homeowner allows you to invest in yourself, into your home, to build equity, to build generational wealth, right? That's what home ownership does, right? You're not making someone else rich. You're building yourself. You're building up your family. You're building equity in the future. That's what
Yeah,
becoming a homeowner does.
yeah. It's a monumental thing. My grandmother, they live in St. Albans, Queens, and they purchased their house back in 1956. No, 1960, 1966. Excuse me. And their house was only 13,600, and now it's over 500 and something thousand dollars. It is just so interesting, like, for her to, when we got this place, she pulled out everything, all of the old documentation, just to show us what these things look like. And, she only had to have $500 in the bank at that time to be able to even to qualify for a loan. And they didn't even have that, so they had to really save up a long time to get that. So it's pretty interesting to see how things have changed over the years. But preparation is definitely key. A lot of times people are afraid of that, and I say that because I have people come to me and mention things about home ownership, and this is what they want to do, but they don't come see someone like you. They wait until last minute to come see someone like you, and sometimes they get deterred based on the information you provide them. You know.
I always tell people, don't be afraid to have the conversation, right? It's a conversation.
Yeah.
And, you need to have the information to make the best decision for yourself.
Yeah.
If you're not going to take the time to find out the information, you're never going to have the opportunity to make the best decision for yourself. So you need to have that conversation, right? So, like I said, you may not be ready today. You may not be ready in 3 months, maybe 6 months, maybe a year. But if you're taking the steps, to get prepared, then that's what you will eventually build to the point where you are prepared to be in a position to purchase a home. And instead of paying rent, you'll be paying your mortgage, which eventually will be building equity in your property. So the same way your grandmother purchased that home back in 1966 for less than $15,000 and is worth over $500,000 today, right? That's what an individual who's thinking about whether they should be renting or they should be owning, right? Because that money that you paid in rent, it's gone, right? It's not building any equity for you, right? You're working each month, each day, each week, each year, but when you pay rent, it just goes out, out and doesn't come back. Owning a home, right? You're paying down your balance, you're building up your equity.
Yeah.
So a lot of people may not be ready, but take the time to have the conversation and find out what you need to do to put you in that position. And you could be put in that position and you say, you know what, I'm still not ready, in that, or you don't want to do it, but at least and you have that option.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. So, what makes you get up every day and go to work and to do what you do?
Well, I got two kids, 8 and 10, and I want to be the best dad that I can, and I just want to help people, achieve their dreams of home ownership.
Mm,
And every day I get to do that, and I think it makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference, in people's lives. So that's what I gets me going.
mm. So, it's a question that I ask everyone that comes on the show, and is, do you ever feel like quitting?
Oh yeah, of course. Everyone always goes through ups and downs. That's just part of life. But you know, all those are just trials and tribulations, right? Those trials and tribulations just make you stronger. That's what life is all about, right? You fall down, you fall down to get up, right? Nothing ever comes easy. Everything you want, if it came easy, there would be no goal to it. What you need to do is realize whatever you want, right? You have to work for. And if you work for something, and you put 100% into it, you know, I don't necessarily, it doesn't matter what's in front of you. There's always going to be obstacles, right? You just have to realize there are different ways to overcome those obstacles, and do not let those obstacles hold you back.
Mm, mm. And last but not least, what do you consider to be success?
Success
Hmm.
is when the people that I'm working with says thank you for taking the time to work with me,
Mm,
because no one else would.
wow, that's good. That was really good. So, Jackson, I need you to tell everyone here, how can they reach out to you?
The best way to reach me, you can, I can give you my work number, which is 212-351 8030. I can give you my email address, which is the first initial of my name, J Robert at loandepot.com.
Okay, give me your number one more time. You said that
Uh,
was 212
212-351
351
8030.
8030.
That's my direct line for work. And let me give you uh, my work cell, which is 917 941
941
5018.
5018
And my email is jrobert at loandepot.com.
at loandepot.com. So, you guys, this is where you guys heard it first. You know, I'm always going to look out for you guys. Okay. So, if you definitely are interested in one day, it doesn't have to be today, it doesn't have to be tomorrow, but one day, if you want to one day become a homeowner, you need to reach out to someone that can help you with this, especially because there are programs and there are, there's assistants out there that can be able to help you. Okay. So, go out there, go get the information you need, go plan. Reach out to Jackson. He has all of the information you need. He seems authentic to me. That's why he's on this show. And I know that he can be able to help you guys. So definitely please reach out to him. His work cell phone number is is here. Also his email address. In the comments, we also have, I'm going to post it again. That's his work number, 212-351-8030. Please reach out to him. And let's do business. So thank you so much, Jackson, for joining our show. Thank you for, inspiring our audience and coming to drop some education for us. We truly, truly, truly appreciate it.
Thank you for having the platform to allowing me to come on, because we need more platforms like yours to get the word out about educating and empowering people. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, guys, you know what to do. Go share, go like, go share this with people that you can, that you feel that would need this. This interview will be on YouTube. It will be on Spotify. It will be here on you. On Facebook. It's here for your use. So, thank you again. People in the comments are saying thank you, Jackson. For all of your information. So thank you guys again and have a good night.